Hi guys, this is a photo that I took a few years ago, and if you have a chance to try the bubbly watermelon water, it's good. Okay, here we go, continuing with the story. Scott was upset in the morning when Sage's car was still there. Well, he was going to pay Abigail a visit. Sage answered the door, half asleep. He welcomed him in. She's still sleeping. He pointed to the sofa. Where did you sleep? On the cot. Scott? She was groggy. Yeah, sweetie, I'm here. I came over to make you breakfast, but I see Sage is doing that. He sat in a large chair. Abigail got up. I'll leave you guys to talk. She hobbled out to the veranda. Okay, we've both known her for years, Sage said. I have to admit, I thought here's another lovesick fan. I took advantage. You realize I could use this against you, but that could turn on me. It's up to you. Scott left it open. That's why your relationship has been a wreck. You felt guilty all this entire time, Sage observed. You could very well be right. I've grown to care deeply for Abigail, Scott explained. She loves the smell of water. She'll get in the shower and smell it before she washes. Sage chuckled, thinking out loud. I never knew that. I mean, when we're in the shower, we're too busy to be smelling water. Scott smiled. She loves the smell of a rainy day. That's when Abigail feels at her safest. Yeah, the sound of it makes her happier than either of us could make her. The lightning and thunder. She does get excited when those clouds roll in. Scott continued to smile. She's my breath of fresh air. I'd come home from tours stressed, and she'd calm me. I'd like that again. Abigail always ends up saying something to make you think. She always tries to find something positive, Sage said. Waking up to that smile, I can honestly say I've never been loved by a woman like she does. Scott felt that warmth. Abigail is all in. There's no halfway with her. She deserves better than us. Sage looked over to Scott. Hang on a second. He spoke to Hang on a second here. After a good breakfast, Sage made his way home. He told her to call if she needed anything. This was Scott's chance to admit. You were right. In the beginning, it was a fan thing. I thought over time that all that changed. When I seen you, you were different from the rest. Scott was alone with her. I knew it. I was a fool to believe anything else. How you felt then means less to me now. They left it at that. Abigail kept seeing Scott every time she closed her eyes. She seen him saunter through the front door. Damn, how she missed his company while they had been apart. It was the following day. and there was a knock at the door, followed by the turn of a key. "Hey, babe." Scott closed the door and placed his key on the island. "Need anything?" "Bottle of water would be great, thanks." And there was that walk. She couldn't help but smile. "What's that about?" he asked. Nothing," Abigail replied. "Oh, it's something." "I had just been thinking of you walking over here, and here you are." Scott began to sing his latest song, the only one unmistakably for her. "We're not getting any younger." "I realize that, believe me." "Then tell Sage he can go." Scott took her hand. I can't say that." Abigail opened up. "Nicole says I should be with you, even after everything." He laughed. "I thought she hated me." "I guess not." "Would your dad be okay with this? My being back in your life?" "He would accept it, I'm sure. Somehow my family feel for you. I just have that charm no one can resist." "Stay the night?" She was sure of his reply. "Of course." "I'll just nip back home and grab a couple of things." Scott came back with pajamas he knew he likely wouldn't use, and his extra toothbrush. "You still sleeping on the sofa?" "Yeah." "How about I help you up the stairs?" They took their time step by step. He took her into her room and made sure she was in bed. "Good night." Scott went to walk out of the room. "Scott?" Abigail called. He turned. "Yes?" He expected her to request something, and she did. "Can you stay here with me?" She patted his side of the bed. They hadn't shared such close a space in a long while. Scott changed and slipped in beside her. Abigail smiled. How much she had missed this. Instinctively, she moved closer. My God, this felt good. Memories, like a tidal wave, rushed forward. Nicole was right. He was her soulmate. The man beside her meant more than she could express in words. Her heart was full. "Scott," she softly uttered. "Yes, Abigail?" He could feel what she was going to say. "Please come back. You need to let Sage know." Scott pulled her closer. No more wasted time. He moved towards her waiting lips. Sorry. Whoops. Sorry about that. In the living room, Abby's phone rang. "I'm coming by to see you tomorrow. I have some news for you." It was Sage. In the morning, there was no guilt. "I'll make myself scarce." After breakfast, he kissed her once more before going back to his apartment. It was after 12 when Sage arrived. Something in the pit of her stomach told her it was news she wouldn't be happy with. "So what's this news?" Abigail wasted no time. Scott had heard the car pull in. He was actually nervous. Sage may change her mind despite their reconnecting last night. How are you feeling? He was drawing it out. There was no way to say it without hurting her. Still sore? Tell me. He sat by her side. I got a call from my buddy in L.A. Abigail interrupted. You're leaving. I'll be spending some time there, but I'll be coming home. How much time? She asked. 5 months, likely. He waited for the reaction. It'll be strange you not being here, she told him. When are you leaving? Tomorrow. I know, short notice. Sage sensed a difference. The front door opened. Scott walked in. Hey, Sage. Hi, Scott. I was just giving Abby my news. What news? He was hopeful. I'm going to LA for a few months. My friend has things all worked out. If I like it, my work papers are ready to go. Great news for you. Nice weather, no snow. He could see the pain of sadness on Abigail's face. Sage extended his hand to Scott. We always knew it'd be you. I didn't stand a chance. No man does. Treat her right. The men took their conversation outside. I don't want a phone call with her in tears. Stick it out this time. Abigail is worth more than 1,000,000 of the rest. Then why are you leaving? Scott, you're the only man she truly loves. That's the way it is. She's my best friend, and I'm fortunate our marriage didn't ruin that. She's a special kind of woman. No one else would have given us so many chances like she did, Scott said. She's a jewel in the crown. Just love her as she deserves. Sage once again extended his hand. Scott felt bad for everything he had thought and said about Sage. They were friends because of a mutual admiration. You best get back in there. Sorry I walked in like that. Let Abby know I'll be back in a few minutes. Sure thing, Scott. You're a decent guy. Scott walked back to the apartment. He felt a great relief, but at the same time, he felt a little bad. He realized how much Abigail would miss him, would miss Sage. But he was glad. His way was clear. I'm going to miss you. You'll keep in touch? Hey, you can't get rid of me that easily. We'll always be best friends. Just no benefits. He smiled. That man wants no one else but you, babe. Don't give him a hard time. Just love on each other. Like I said, he's the only one for you in this huge world. There's never been a reason to look, Abby. But I'm glad that we had us. You're a special lady. They hugged hard and long. Sage managed to keep his tears at bay. As always, Abigail let them flow. Sage, one more kiss like we mean it, please? Even though he thought he better not, he did. I'm going to miss that, I can't lie. He took her hands. I'll call you when I get there. And when I come home, be sure that I'll be visiting. And if you two are apart, you are bad. I'll keep that in mind, she laughed. I'm sure you'll still be together. Be safe, and don't have too much fun. The old friends embraced once more. Abigail hobbled on her crutches to the veranda. I'll call you when I get there. See you in a couple of months. Sage got in his car and drove off. Abigail stood waving. Another chapter seemingly closed, and another beginning. Well, that's that for that part. We will go to the next part tomorrow. So, the question here. What's going to happen? She still has feelings for Sage. She can't deny that. But deep down, she knows that Scott's the one for her. It's a fight inside her. Right now, because of where Sage is going, it's definitely Scott. But will Sage keep to his word? Will he just keep it as a friendship? Is he going to stay in LA? Or is he going to come back? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And what about Mel? Where's Mel gone? Is he going to give up the business? Is he going to stay with the business? Who knows? I think I remember. Not 100% sure. But thank you for dropping by. It's been a bit cloudy off and on, but no rain. Tomorrow, they're calling for rain in the afternoon. Where we work, they're going to be having their barbecue. We were invited. Today, actually, they were preparing the atrium, just in case it does rain, that they can bring the party there, which they did quite, I guess, we're trying to figure that out. It might have been 2016 when we started there. Maybe 2017, not 100%. But they ended up having the party in the atrium. So hubby cleaned the floor all up while I went on with our normal work. Looks really good. So hopefully they can keep it in the park instead of having to come inside. But we've got some things to do tomorrow, so unfortunately we won't be going. But to my loyal listeners of the Cabin series, thank you wholeheartedly for coming by this evening to hear what's going on with these fickle people. Now, if you're new, please do check out my other videos. I have started putting them into playlists. I believe I have all my crafting in one. I'll slowly work through and get the others all set up so it'll be easier for you to find stuff. But if you do find anything that you like, please give it a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and share it out with anyone that you think may enjoy seeing it as well. That's greatly appreciated. While you're here, consider becoming a subscriber. And if you do subscribe, remember to click the notification bell so that you'll know the next time that I upload. I may be having some crafts coming up, although right now I am concentrating on the story. So, until the next time, have a great evening, and ciao for now.